Wilson. Wow, what a fake off Daniels as he broke his ankles and got all the way to the cup.
Don, what's up, brother?
What's going on?
Philly, what is up? Drunk on Broad back again for a nice broad edition of Drunk on Broad. Got a few good topics to cover tonight. It's a good dad joke. Hey Don, I meant to ask you. You know how NASA prepare how they do things for parties?
Yes.
How do they do it?
Oh God.
Come on, Don. They plan it.
They plan. Should have known that one.
I know, dude. I felt like I went to the
astronomy tomorrow.
Well, then you better use that because I went to the corner store the other day for some orange soda and they didn't have any, and I was crushed. And this is why we don't quit our day jobs.
Oh, there we go. We'll be here all week, everybody.
Yeah. Try the veal. Find us on Tiki Live. Sorry,
Tiki Live on noon at noon and Saturday and on Thursday and Saturday.
Tiki Live.
And then also, Rich, I don't know if you saw it, but Belly Up just partnered with an independent semi-professional football league in Louisiana, where they are now going to be doing and providing broadcasting and commentating. So if you're looking for that off-season NFL fix, maybe check out. They're airing those games on Monday and Tuesday nights. So it is the Northern Louisiana Football Alliance.
Ooh,
check it out.
I'm into it. I can't wait to see all the disgraced LSU players in there. Maurice Claiborne making a comeback.
What's going on,
Chris? What's up, buddy?
Chris? I got your picture, man, from your award ceremony. Congratulations on that, Adam. What's going on,
what
brother?
up?
Good to have
what's
you.
Up, my dude? So
Rich,
good.
just before we touch base on all our topics, right? Our team clicks are one of our sponsors. We got La Terrain Luxury Watches. We got our new sponsor, Shocked Energy. They
still waiting on the samples.
Shocked Energy. Help us out, brother. We're still waiting on those samples. So
I'm saying I'm a big monster guy, and I'm going to throw that out there, Shocked. So you better get me hooked on your drink. Send the fucking samples.
Hey, listen, if we got the samples, we can display those, maybe sample the different flavors on air.
Just saying, you want to be a sponsor, provide us with some shit. Thanks, Shocked. I'm going to be real with you. I want free stuff. So, let's go.
Well, listen, I'm here for all the free stuff.
For me.
There we go. Now, listen, Rich, what wasn't free was Howie Roseman's shiesty. If he can't draft, he surely can fleece teams on fucking trades.
Yeah, it was strange.
Saints pick. I never expected them to make all three picks. I thought they would always move, but I didn't expect this early.
Yeah,
and it. To me, it says more about what the Saints are planning to do, that they're planning to try to package 16 and 19 and now move up.
Yeah.
To be able to get, maybe there's a quarterback that they want. Maybe they're going to. I did hear Kevin Nagandi talking today.
What do you say?
The fact that the quarterback class this year, very suspect. So if anybody takes one in the top 15, it's a reach.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't see a bona fide starter from day one. I listened to Fantasy Footballers, quoting them again. They were talking about this year's prospects versus last year's. Last year's, you had guys like Justin Fields. Is Justin Fields a better prospect than any of these top guys that are supposedly coming out? Then Willis, then Pickett, then they're throwing in some other guy. I don't even know his name. Yeah, I think he is. I don't see the promise in these quarterbacks. I like the fact that Howie Roseman traded and we get another one for next year. So now we have 2. So this way, if Jalen Hurts isn't the guy, we can package something to move up and take a quarterback, because apparently next year's quarterback draft or quarterback prospects are better. Fantastic.
It's a little bit better. I
expected us to trade those picks for like a player. Like I really did. I was thinking like, well, DK Metcalf might have won it out, so you go get DK or you do something. Like that's what I expected. I didn't expect the Saints to give up so much. But like you said, it says more about what the Saints are wanting to do than what the Eagles are going to do, because you knew Howie wasn't going to make all those picks.
But like if I look at that from like if I'm the Eagles, like I know I want to stay as far away from wide receivers as I can right now.
Yeah, you have
the contracts that they're getting are monstrous. So like even though you might be able to get, hypothetically, DK Metcalf gets moved for a 1 or 2 1s,
you still have to pay him next year.
Right. You got to pay him. And you're not in a position to be able to want to pay a guy that monster contract for,
because there's crazy monster contracts on this team for bad players or aging players. So it kind of doesn't make sense. Like you see like the Stephon Diggs deal that he got today is like $25 million a year. But they don't have crazy contracts on the books besides Josh Allen. So it's Josh Allen and him. That's it. Nobody else is getting paid on that team. Like a lot of those guys are on rookie deals or veterans who signed deals that aren't that great. Howie spends all of his money on pass rush and offensive line. Like, you know, that's what he spends his money on. Is it a bold strategy? Will it win you games? Yeah, it does. But does it move the needle when you have nobody to throw the ball to or anybody who can throw the ball? And then that's your issue. You look at Kansas City. Kansas City has money invested in their pass rush and their quarterback. That's it. And they still have ample money to go out and sign other guys. To me, it's like, I know Nick said it today in the group chat, the Bengals are going to be in trouble with their wide receiving corps when it comes to T. Higgins and Jamar Chase needing to get paid because of look at these contracts that these wide receivers are going to get. And they're going to have to pay Burrow, Chase, and Higgins all at the same time. So that leaves them with zero money or things that they need to figure out. The money that wide receivers are getting is insane. It's insane because a wide receiver isn't going to carry your team. We've seen that. Gabe Davis exploded in the playoffs when Stephon Diggs disappeared. Cooper Kupp might be the biggest steal of a contract with him only making like $18 million or something. I forget what his contract is.
Right.
The biggest steal of a contract right now for wide receivers, because look what Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, look at what these numbers these guys are pulling in. Is Devontae Adams one of the best wide receivers in football? Yes. Is he worth $27 to $30 million a year? No. Like, we're okay, and you still have Derek Carr throwing you the ball. I
mean, and the underrated thing I think to look at is the fact that, like, you move one of those picks to next year, you're saving probably $3 million in cap space by not having to sign another first round rookie to another contract, right? So you move that capital so now you're going to have 2 1s this year, 2 1s next year. If the quarterback is the one that you want to make a move at, and you want to go get the CJ Stroud from Ohio State, or you want to go whoever it is, now you have the ammunition to be able to move wherever you want to move in a better class. But you moved where you're picking is very inconsequential right now. Like you moved from now you're going to pick 15 and 18. You're still in that range, which is I'm fine with.
And what do you think the Saints are going to do with those picks? Because you just brought in a defensive-minded coach. Their defense has been lackluster, and they have a lot of money tied up. So I think they're going offense. I don't think they're going to draft a wide receiver there. I don't think they're going to draft an offensive position because your new head coach taking over is a defensive guy. So I think they just go after either they try to move up to get one of those quarterbacks. Maybe they know something that we don't about these guys, but I mean, just the eye test, like Willis throws a mean deep ball, but he is completely fucking inaccurate. But so is Josh Allen, but let's be real, Josh Allen in the eye test, Josh Allen's a better quarterback.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Oh my God. So
what do you do there?
I think for me, like I look at I think they walk away significantly on the positive side of this trade.
Yeah.
So they get to move that draft capital into next year. They're adding a 3rd round pick this year. They're adding.
I don't think Howie's done, dude.
They're adding. I don't think he's done either.
I think honestly, Pittsburgh makes the call because they're going to panic because they need a quarterback too. I think they make the call on draft night and they offer us their 1st round pick this year and their 1st round pick next year and maybe a later round pick for that 15. And then Howie goes into it next year with 3 number 1s, and now Howie's like this.
Yeah.
Hey, now I can get the quarterback that I want, and I'm not opposed to that because I don't want Howie swinging and missing. He swings and misses in the middle of the draft all the time. I don't want him to swing and miss. Take the best defensive player at 18 that's there, whether it be safety, corner, edge rush. I'm fine with that. If you can get another number 1 for the 15 for next year, take it.
Great.
And then move up for that quarterback that you want, and then hey, it all falls in place.
Rich, we're gonna go rapid fire real quick because we got some stuff coming in the comments. Chris wants to know: are we ready for the Philadelphia Stars in their reboot debut of the USFL that's playing in a bubble in Birmingham, Alabama?
Sure.
Perfect. Okay, Adam's going down to the home opener. Adam, we're going to talk about the Phillies in a minute, but should be a great time down there.
That lineup is going to strike out 17 times on Friday.
The Broad Street Bombers. Rich, on a separate note, T.O. apparently is coming out of retirement.
He is.
And playing in the fan-controlled football league.
He is. I can't wait to see that.
Can T.O. still ball?
T.O. can still ball, and he would instantly slide in as our number 2. And he's 48, but he's in hella shape, so good for him. I bought his wine.
I love it.
Richard, it was not good.
Your thoughts? Oh, the
What's the matter, Don? You're breaking up.
All right. Who we got? Nope. Here we go. Jalen Hurts is working out with Tom Brady's workout guy, throwing coach. Does it make a difference? Does he still have a noodle arm at the end of the day?
Yes. Yes. He might be more accurate, which is perfect.
All right.
But he still has 0 zip.
All right. So, Rich, anything else birds-wise before we move on to the Phils?
Moving on.
Opening day. They're opening up. I don't like the fact that the Phillies are opening the season on a series where they're playing an American League team. Something about it just feels weird about it.
The worst team in the American League who traded away everybody. So now everybody's going to get hype when we sweep and that we are going to the World Series. That's what's going to happen. When reality is this lineup is going to strike out roughly 15 to 20 times a game, and I'm not exaggerating. This lineup is going to strike out. I saw the line for like Rhys Hoskins. It was like 198 strikeouts. Give me the over on that. Well, I'm not saying these guys will not score runs. We will score runs. We will lose a lot of games 12-11 because our defense is atrocious. And our starters, after you get past Wheeler, are extremely suspect. I like the improvements to our bullpen. I love Castellanos. I love the addition of Schwarber. But these guys are going to strike out. It's going to be different because there's going to be a lot of home runs hit. But it's going to be different. It's going to be a different thing in baseball, but it's going to be exciting. So I'm happy with that. But don't set your expectations too high.
No, listen.
When your 1 to 7 hitters might go like 1 for 19 with 17 strikeouts. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I think you're going to see. Let me put it this way: if you have a chance to bet the over, bet the over.
Yeah.
Whatever the over is, because they are going to score runs, but it's going to literally be all or nothing. It's going to be either home run or strikeout. So I do like the lineup that they put out today with Schwarber leading off and then you got Real Muto, Harper, Castellanos, and Hoskins. I think that's a great way to maybe set yourself up to potentially jump on top of teams. You saw Harper come up and hit a home run in the first today, and then come around in the second and hit another one.
Yeah.
I think, and then Rich, what are your thoughts about some of the young guys? They're bringing Stott, Moniak, and Bohm. They're all coming north.
I don't like Moniak, but I mean, what are you going to do? You need another outfielder in there. I like Stott. I think Stott should probably be your starting shortstop from day one. You can put Didi at third, move Bohm to first, and have Hoskins just worry about hitting, and then Segura play second. I'm completely content with that. And then, on off days, you move Didi to short and Castellanos or Bohm over. And, it leaves you with a lot of options. I like Stott, so Moniak, I'm done with Moniak. I've seen that experience and experienced that. I'm good. But like I said, we need another outfielder, and realistically, who do we have? We don't have Roman Quinn to fall on anymore.
No,
the great Roman Quinn.
Do you think that he's better than what you would get out of Odubel?
Production-wise?
Are they like one and the same?
I think Odubel is more of a threat to hit the occasional home run, where Moniak is more of a threat to hit the occasional 0 for 30. And Odubel will go 1 for 29. So to me, they're interchangeable. Defensively, I think they're equal. I don't think Moniak's that great of a center fielder.
Okay.
And we all know Odubel sucks. So to me, they are the same player. So it kind of hurts either way.
Yeah, that might be a place where if they're in the middle of a race around the trading deadline, I think that might be a place where you would definitely see them go out and address that. If you went out and got a guy like Austin Meadows, that's a guy that could be potentially you could get him for minor league prospects. That would be a guy that I would look at in the middle of the season, along with the back end of the bullpen.
Yeah, I mean, I think the back end of the bullpen will be good. I like Knubel. I like him closing. I like Neres in the setup spot. I still like having Alvarado out there because he's wildly inconsistent, and I love that. He's consistently inconsistent, so we can say that, which I do like about the guy. Keeps you on edge, especially with the 100-mile-an-hour heater. Okay. You never know where it's going to go. I like the addition of Brad Hand. I like some of the veterans, so I'm cool with it. But, yeah, if we don't address this outfield problem, especially in center field by the deadline, I don't know what they're going to do because they can't spend big money on a center fielder going into next year. So we'll see what happens. Too many holes. We need the draft. We need draft.
All right, so the rotation.
We need a minor league team.
The rotation, the way that's. Oh yeah, you're right. The rotation, the way that it's set, where Noel's going to be your opening day starter, but Wheeler obviously is number one.
Okay. Yes.
And then Suarez, Eflin, and then Kyle Gibson, the guy that they added at the end of the year last year.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Kyle Gibson. Question marks beyond Wheeler. That's pretty much it. If Nola can figure it out, Nola looked pretty rough in his spring training outings. Gibson looked good, but I mean, again, what does that mean? Nothing. Because it's just spring training. You're going out there working on things, working on command, working on control. I'm scared because if we have to burn through our bullpen every night, it's going to be a long season. So these guys need to figure it out. Eflin needs to stay healthy. And Suarez is kind of your dark horse, is that number 4 to keep it, throw strikes, keep you out of bullpen games. I just really hope Nola figures it out.
I mean, I do. I think that to me is kind of where this season kind of hinges on if they can get elevated production from Ranger Suarez more than he gave you last year.
They need it. That's the problem. They need it.
Right. they need those guys to go 6 at the very least to be able to get you to the back end of the bullpen where you can bring in, hopefully you're getting the better production product of, Jeurys Familia. You're getting something better out of Alvarado. The guy that I'm looking at though, Rich, is, Sir Anthony Dominguez, a guy who obviously has been out for the last couple of years on it with some injuries. I think him being able to come back could potentially be, if he can be some semblance of what he was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
When he was that up and coming prospect, that would be a nice piece to be able to add to the back end of the bullpen.
I honestly forgot about him because he hasn't pitched in like 2 years. So that's so weird. He was so dominant a few years ago. So hopefully he stays healthy. Knock on wood.
I mean, we need all the help we can get. Right. That was a situation where he just got abused. Right. They just the way that they handled him, taking him from being a closer to a reliever to a starter back to and that whole. We know that those guys need to be in a situation where they know what their role is.
Yeah.
And that fucked him.
Oh, welcome to the Phillies fucking organization. They don't know shit. So.
Right.
Yeah, big size all around.
And Rich, in terms of the NL East, right, you're going to need that offensive production to be competitive against the Mets and the Braves.
Yep. Because they got some good lineups and some great pitchers. So it's going to be tough. So it's going to be tough.
Yeah. I mean,
Braves lost Freddie Freeman, won a World Series, and still have a great team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Rich, they are essentially they're a product of their own environment, right? They just continue to they just breed baseball players. They go down to the Dominican. They find them when they're 12.
Must be nice to have great scouts.
They bring them.
Must be nice to have a good scouting department. Phillies, we're talking to you. Must be nice.
Oh my God.
Fucking can't
Tell
get
me
anything.
How you
right.
really feel, Rich?
Dude, they scout the wrong Dominican players. If they even get Dominican players, because I don't know what happened to their international scout. We love getting like these white outfielders who are just absolutely atrocious, who can't play. Oh, this guy played 5 years in college. He's fantastic. It's like, fuck out of here. Like, give me some 16-year-old kid who never used a glove. I guarantee this kid's better than this preppy-ass fucking kid who went to Virginia Tech. Yes, I'm calling you out. Adam Halsey. Or Adam Hazley, whatever.
We want the kid that's been playing shortstop with a cardboard box in a sandlot.
You can't teach fucking hands, man. You can't teach hands. Like, we just swing and miss on every single prospect. Like, go back in the drafts and just look at the players that we took over, like some of these greats. And it's like, oh, well, hindsight's 2020. It's like, no, it's just our scouting is fucking atrocious. That's pretty much what it is.
Well, and also their player development is
non-existent.
It's just terrible.
Non-existent. Good luck getting out of Double-A because it'll never happen. Come to the Phillies.
Should be a great season. And on to the next one.
It'll be fun.
No, it should be fun. And I'm excited. I already started looking at some of those Sunday giveaways to get down to the ballpark. They got they're going to have on Father's Day, they got the bucket hat with the old Phillies, the maroon burgundy Phillies P, which should be nice. So I'm excited to get back. We didn't go down all last year. Obviously, we didn't go down all the year before. So I'm excited to get back down there at some point. And
hell yeah.
Yeah, just be down there, walk around. Did you hear the new addition to the Ashburn Alley?
No, what is it?
Something closer to you than it is me, Rich. They are bringing Boardwalk Pizza. Manco and Manco is now.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they're going to have that on the Ashburn Alley. That's one of
the.
So
now I get to pay. Now I get to pay $9 for a slice of overrated pizza. This is fantastic.
It's not overrated on the boardwalk. it's going to be doubly overrated at the ballpark.
Exactly. When I go to Ocean City and I see the line for Mac and Mancos, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm going to go to the next place that sells a dollar slice. I'm like, this is fantastic. And now I'm going to go to the ballpark where they have Seasons Pizza, which is absolutely dog shit. And then they have another big pizza slice, which I'm like, this doesn't look entertaining or appetizing. No, I said entertaining.
Is that the one on South? Is that the one on South Street?
It might be like Lorenzo's. Like, it might be, yeah. If I go to let's be real. If I go to the stadium, I go to Federal Donuts. I get the Happy Rooster. I get 2 of them.
Ooh,
and 4 donuts because I'm a fat shit. And that is what I eat the whole time. My friends will tell you, I will have 1 or 2 beers, not this year because I'm off the wagon right now.
Okay.
But that does not mean I will not order 2 Happy Roosters and 4 donuts and spend $36 on food and then still be hungry and contemplate a 3rd one. Because I love that same. If you go this year, you have to get the Happy Rooster. It's the best. The Rooster sauce is great. Federal Donuts does a great job. It's so good.
Oh, Chris is checking in with his peanut butter and jelly burger.
They have that, at the boardwalk. At the boardwalk, and they have the one on the donut. They had the one on the donut with the pineapple slice.
I can't do sweet and meat. It's just that to me, like the jelly and the peanut butter and the meat.
I was going to say something. But I bit my tongue.
Thank you.
No, I can't do.
This is not a family program.
It's not a family program, but I bit my tongue. I can't do ground meat anymore. I can do Bryce Harper bobblehead. All fans, June 10th.
All right.
Man, my buddy Pipes. Shout out to Judy Pipes. That shortstop in the game, motherfucker. He knows who he is. It's his wedding on June 10th. It's gonna be.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I can't do ground meat anymore. I gave it up like a long time ago. So like ground red meat. So I do like a lot of ground chicken, a lot of ground turkey. Turkey burgers pretty much. I can't even like a regular burger anymore. It just jacks me up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I can do like a steak like occasionally and it doesn't kill me. But man, if I do like a burger, and it's so funny. Once I gave it up, I don't taste the difference between like the ground turkey and the ground chicken. Like when I make burgers, like compared to ground beef. Like the only thing is you have to add oil because it's not fatty. And then that's what
I was gonna say.
Pretty much it.
We've kind of switched over. We really only do the like either ground turkey, like the leaner stuff. So you do have to add a couple things here and there.
But it's equally as good.
Oh yeah, just as good. I don't miss the fattiness and like the feeling like shit after I eat a burger feeling. So,
and you know what the good thing about the ground turkey and the ground chicken is you can spice that so differently than regular ground meat that like you can make like the different types of burgers like that you want. Like
you can play. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like I love doing like a barbecue chicken burger. I love doing like a Korean barbecue rub, like inside like the ground, like doing something like that, and then doing like a teriyaki glaze on it. Like you can do so much difference, like a Mediterranean burger, and then we make like a tzatziki to put on it. Like you can do so much shit with it that you can't really do with ground meat because ground meat's got that flavor to it. It's standalone, salt and pepper. It's all you need. Like I hate that shit. Like,
and Rich, you just made me think of something. We just started getting these Hello Fresh meals.
Okay,
like it all comes like prepackaged. But they had one. It was a Korean barbecue one, and that was sweet.
Yeah.
So like that made me think about like, all right, so we can take that kind of flavor, kind of do it over here, do something else. But I love going down there and trying stuff and taking the kids down there. So
hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Looking forward to taking the kids down there this year and trying
Federal
to get
donuts, cookies and cream donuts. Make sure you get them. Dude, they're so good. I'm telling you.
That's on the list. That's on the list. Rich, anything else before we? I think the most exciting thing we're talking about is
set
dingers and food at the ballpark.
That's pretty much what I go there for.
Definitely not talking about defense.
No.
But if we are talking about defense, Joel Embiid is about to get robbed and hosed from this MVP. You could not give me an argument where I would tell you that he doesn't end up as the MVP. And somehow, when I looked the last time I looked at the odds for him to win the MVP, it's like minus like 320 for Jokic. I don't know what people don't see. That he's on the court doing things that no one else is doing.
And
like,
everybody is calling him the best player in the league. Everybody who plays basketball is saying he's the best player. So, but like you said, it's up to a bunch of grown-ass, ugly white men who vote for the people they like. Let's be real. Nobody likes Philly. The narrative is shit. Joel Embiid won't get it. They'll give it to Jokic. Jokic will get his dick sucked off by the fucking media. And then everybody will be outraged that Joel Embiid didn't get it.
Yeah. Listen, dude, and I hope that provides some kind of motivation for him to kind of go kill it in the playoffs.
Yeah. And I can't even talk about it anymore, Don, because it's so stupid. If people really don't see that Joel Embiid is not the MVP, I can't change your mind. And I'm not going to waste my breath. We know it, Don. We watch it every night. He just dropped 45 and had what?
45 and 13.
45 and 13. I was going to say 17. 45 and 13.
More than a point a minute.
So, but this dude's not your MVP. But you like Jokic because he's 28 and 13 and 10 assists. Well, okay.
You know,
Joel Embiid's too dominant to pass the ball up.
Right. Or
sorry.
The other narrative that's such dumb shit is that the amount of points that he scores on the free throw line. Right. And I was listening to JJ Redick, had him on his podcast, but they brought it up, and Joel Embiid goes, all right, so stop me. Right. If you don't want me to shoot foul shots, then stop me. But you can't stop me. So you have to foul me. So then I go make free throws. So to me, like the stat that I saw today where it says Embiid has as many 40 and 10 games this week than Jokic has all season. Like he's gonna be on the all defensive team. You could probably make a case that he's he's gonna be top 5 in the defensive player of the year.
He's gonna be first team all NBA over Jokic.
And he's leading the league in scoring right now. Like I just
Don,
I don't know.
Here's what I'm gonna tell you.
Yes.
You can't argue with idiots. It's like you're arguing with like an unarmed person, Don. You can't do it. Like, this is why I don't honestly, I'm not gonna speak of it anymore after we're done talking about it tonight, because it's absolutely stupid. Like people who really think that he's not the MVP need to get evaluated. Like they need to see somebody and get the brains checked, because that's just stupidity. And I'm not doing it, Don. I'm not going to. It's like you said, he has more 40 and 10 games this week than Jokic does all season. He's also 1 in 3 players with like 15, 40 and 10 games this year or something like that.
Yeah, some crazy stat where it's like him.
Stop. And he's a scoring leader. And he's literally the best player on the court at any position. And he's a center. And he's the most valuable to his team, because when he's not on there, his team sucks.
Yeah. So, and if he's not going to win it this year,
then he's never going to win
it this year. He's never going to win it.
And that's completely fine.
So
he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He'll have a few championships under his belt, knock on wood, I hope. And he'll be one of the most dominant forces that ever stepped foot on the basketball court, and will be a legend in Philadelphia for the rest of his life. Because guess what? Fuck the media. They don't mean shit. And literally, they need to keep the same energy, because I saw Keenan Allen talk about it. Those motherfuckers who criticize and say stupid shit about players need to keep the same energy when they're in real person, because they try to be buddy-buddy with you. And then it's the same fucking writers. It's the same old geezers who vote for these fucking players that fit their narrative. Fuck them, Don. Fuck them. I'm over it. Fuck them.
Rich, I'm with you. So we got Rich. You got Thursday at Toronto. You got Saturday. You got Indiana at home, and you got Sunday with Detroit. I think
we owe Detroit an ass whooping.
Yeah, But
basketball.
You could be in I think you play out the rest of the season because the amount of time that they're going to have over a week off between their last game and the first round of the playoffs because of that play-in tournament.
Yeah, they need to play out the season. They can't. They need to go in as finely run and well-tuned as possible. There's no benefits for them to be like, okay, we need to get this guy some minutes. No. Harden and Tobias and Maxey need to get on Embiid's level. They need to figure it out. They need to figure out how can we play and the options that we are on this team and what we mean to this offense and figure this shit the fuck out. Because they can't be blowing teams out and then all of a sudden come out and get boat raced. Like, we can't see this happening. So keep the squad together, keep them on the court, play out the season, get that chemistry to an all-time high, ride into the playoffs hot. Because what happens? Hot teams, when they enter the playoffs, win. Do not go in cold. Do not go say, oh, these games don't matter, and then you lose 3. It's hard to get that momentum back up.
Right.
You get that momentum back up. Keep it going. Keep that shit rolling into the playoffs. Stay hot, win games. Coach Rich said.
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 I think the biggest thing for me is them being able to finish teams off.
Yeah.
Like the last night at the game in Indiana, and I'm not going to read too much into it, but like you had the opportunity to step on their throat in the middle of the third quarter and you let up the gas. Now, you played well in the fourth quarter and you pulled away late, and that's great. But you had the opportunity to maybe get those guys off the court early in the third and let them rest for the whole fourth quarter.
Doc Rivers take the Lakers job. That's all I'm saying. Let him take the Lakers job, please, and get me somebody. Get me Pop. Give me Popovich.
Ooh,
that'd be fucking great. That'd
be great. Rich, anything else before we go into final thoughts?
No, go Sixers, baby. I'm excited.
Final thoughts, Rich.
Oof. Man, get yourself an iWatch because I'm obsessed with the tracking of like the calories and like the movement and stuff. It like makes me want to keep going. So I'm turning like a new leaf, haven't had like a real beer in a few weeks, and I got my NutriBullet back because we broke it. So I'm doing like the wheatgrass, the kale, the grapefruit, the lemon, the cumin, the turmeric, like shakes in the morning, working out a little bit, like trying to get my, like, it's good because I'm on this journey with my wife because she's like, hey, I think we need to cut back. I think we need to do some things differently. I'm with it because you know what? At the end of the day, I have a son and I don't want him to grow up in a household that sees, all right, it's 12 o'clock on the weekend, dad can have a beer, or like, we go out to eat and it's like, oh, well, what are you guys going to have? Come we see the beer list? Like, it's good to change things up. People constantly evolve, right? And I always say, if you're not changing, then you're doing something wrong. Change for the better. Try to look for something that inspires you. And it's funny that this stupid little watch inspires me because I want to close out my goals. I want to hit my things. Like, I don't want to be a lazy piece of shit, especially going into my 33rd year on this earth. Your body slows down in a lot of ways. So
if you're
pulling the pounds a lot easier than you used to. I'm just saying, find something that inspires you. My message to all of you, find something that inspires you and wants you to change, whether that's a great woman, whether that's a beautiful son, or whether that's just yourself. Strive to always hit that better mark, and maybe you'll inspire others to join that journey. And if they do, charge them, and then you become a cult. Because I see a lot of shit that, like, for some reason, no, it's a tangent. It's a tangent. Oh, Jamie was watching these shows, and like something happens, like everything's like got like a cult background to it. And Jamie's like, "Wow, is this real life?" I'm like, "There's a lot of stupid and like insecure people out there, babe. Cults take advantage of that." She's like, "I didn't know this was like such a real thing." I'm like,
"Oh, it's a thing."
Oh, it's a thing. I'm like, those pyramid schemes, those. Oh, you're going to sell this product, the energy drink. I'm like, they're all giant cults. And it's like, I'm making hand over fist working for this company, and it's so easy for home. It's like, bitch, you work in a diner and live in a one-bedroom apartment. I know you. Stop playing. You're in a cult. I understand. You're in a cult. So, yes, inspire to inspire others to collect money and start a cult.
I love it.
That's my message.
Listen, I will tell you, Rich, I had the same kind of reaction when I got my Apple Watch too. And it just becomes this thing where I'm just like, and sometimes the wife will look at me and be like, "Are you like what are you doing?" And I'm like, I gotta be up and moving around.
Yeah.
To the point where, Rich, my move streak hit 4 digits. 1,071 days of closing the rings.
Attaboy.
So, yeah. So but it just becomes a thing where it's like,
Yeah.
all right, I want to make sure that I'm trying to take care of myself and trying to move around, it keeps me more accountable. So,
Yes.
So on that note, like my final thought, like as this weather starts to turn, I know it's been a little wet lately. Get outside, right? Get outside, get moving around, look for activities you can do outside, whether that's yard work, whether that's shooting hoops in your driveway, whether that's, going to a park, taking a walk, just get outside. Enjoy that time outside.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are going to be in the 70s, so get the fuck outside. I cannot wait to get home from work, pick Ollie up, and go to the park.
There we go.
It's going to be fun.
So get outside, everybody. I know Chris was mentioning it earlier. Let me go find it real quick. He was in Allentown fishing, right? Another great outdoor activity. Caught some trout. So
fishing. Attaboy, Chris.
So, on that note, Rich, you can find us, on all your podcasting platforms. You can find us on YouTube, wherever you want to go find us. Don't forget.
We're on Amazon. We're on Amazon Music.
Oh, we're on Amazon. Oh, look down the bottom, Rich.
I know it's just salt.
Google, Spotify, Amazon.
Yeah, what up, Jeff Bezos?
A couple of ones that I haven't seen before. So go check us out there. Go check out our sponsors, Shocked and Team Clicks and La Terrain. And have a great week, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.
My name's Yev.